Oh, how you doing? A tale of two arrows. Got got some steels in this one as well, believe it or not. Yeah, a couple of steels. Two survival arrows. This one is a green wood arrow that I made yesterday. I cut the branch yesterday morning. Um, I took the bark off. I trimmed it down as straight as I could possibly do with a knife. I got a pheasant feather. I I I've cut from an old saw blade. I cut this out with a hacksaw, and I put this together. I have shot it once before, and it flew all right. The fletching on it is not the most attractive fletching in the world, but it's going to do its job. Now this took me, all in all, probably about 2.5, 3 hours, up to 3 hours to make from start to finish, and it took quite a lot of toolage. There's a picture coming in now. It works as an arrow. It's not the most attractive arrow, and um, it's going to be a slow arrow because it's quite sort of like heavy, and it's you know, but it would, in the right hands, it would put food on the table. And we're not talking taking down a deer with it. We're not talking about that, but we're talking about small game like a pheasant, a rabbit, etc., 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 which I'd be quite happy. I can't demonstrate this as said in the video. Archery in the law UK says it is illegal to hunt with a bow and arrow in Britain. In if if you're a peasant, basically. If you're rich and you're a landowner, you can get away with anything. But I've only shot this over a very short distance. If you're going to be using something like this, you would be want to get to the target, to the game. You want to get as close as you can. So you need to sort of stalk and be very, very quiet and everything like that. The closer you are, the more likelihood you're going to eat that night. Okay, and this is thing to put one for the pot. A shot. I'm going to have a go with this now and see how well it flies over about 30 yards, which is a lot further than you would use this if you were actually hunting. No farms, no food. And there you have it. Arrow number 2. Now this is different. I'm going to do, this took me from conception to actually having it finished about 10 minutes, if I'm being generous. 10 minutes. Yeah, it's made out of old parts, including the knock, which is from a broken arrow, and the tip, which is off a broken arrow. But the knock, if you wanted to make the knock, and you could make a tip for it, a better tip for it, a different tip for it, from an old screw or something like that, that would not take more than a couple minutes extras to make. Same with the knock. You could actually put a knock into this end. The the fletching is gaffer tape, I'm afraid. I said I wasn't going to use gaffer tape, but I used feathers on this one. But I'm going to use gaffer tape on this one. The amount of tools required, the amount of toolage to make this arrow is, and as you can see, nothing to it. A pair of scissors, knife, some gaffer tape, and some glue. It is a shorter arrow, so this is a much tighter bow than that thing. So it would be a short draw arrow. Although I could get a tent pole. Oh yeah, this is a tent pole, by the way. Yet another use for a tent pole is to make the ammo for the 10-pole bow. So you need a thing, and I am going to shoot this one and see how this one goes. Okay, over 30 yards. I've yet to shoot this one. This is the virgin shot off of this one. That flew a lot easier and a lot better. It did. I did miss the. Right, conclusions. Gonna have to be a bit careful today. Careful this minute because the hunt is just rocked up. So you might hear the horn go off in a minute. Like, yeah, I think they're. Hear it? Right. That's the unspeakable in hot pursuit of the uneatable. There they go. They're gone now. Right. 2 arrows. Lots of tools. Lots of tools to make and time to make it. But you can do these without modern equipment and without modern stuff. Okay. But for a bug out situation, I've just put another knock on this one because the other one broke. Well, they do. They're plastic and they break and they're consumables. So I just stuck this one on. Okay. And I've just changed the tip on this one. It's only took me 2 minutes in the back of the van. Just changed the tip on this from an extension, another old 10-pole, cut it off, put in an insert, and I can put a head into it. So you can make these in minutes. All you need is the 6mm, 7mm tent poles, which, to be quite honest, I get them campsite. People go camping all the time. Where I am is one of the people where people go camping. Where if you anywhere near a campsite, you speak to the campsite owner, and they will have a plethora of different tent poles. The big thick ones like these to make the bows, and the thin ones to make these. And what they usually do is they hang on to them throughout the year. Then it comes to the end of the season, they will probably dump them. And that's a good time to go and get a bundle. And if you're going to make a bug out situation, you can knock one of these together in 20 minutes, one of these bows, right? Okay. So you could actually put all the kit and all the equipment and all the tools relative to do this little outfit with a couple of bows, enough for a couple of arrows and a bow and everything. This string, by the way, is Dyneema. You can get it offline, but I have used, to be quite honest, I have used just normal braided twine, and it's been absolutely fine. Okay, so but what I would do, and in a completely shit at the fan situation, have some of this ready and waiting, and a few bits and pieces. But these only cost pence to buy. These inserts cost pence to buy, and you can buy proper warheads for them. And this one, to be quite honest, I got to be honest, it doesn't fly any worse than this. In fact, it's slightly better because we've got this little bit of metal here, and it's meaning the head, it's a bit heavier on the front end. So a heavier at the front end. That's the only problem with this one, is there's not enough weight at the front end. So I'm going to think about getting some more weight at the front end. But you could have these, and then you could practice making these and get better and better and better. Yeah. Or even cut some sticks down, start prepping them and season them. So instead of just gotten green, like this one is just green hazel, just get it done. Okay, here we go. It's the easiest thing to do, and let's see if I can hit that can. Boom! Shakalaka laka 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 boom. Homemade arrow, bullseye from 25, 30 yards. Okay. Oh.